What's up, y'all? It's your boy Chubs. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Got a nice little story for y'all. Hope everybody day going smooth. But yeah, y'all, lock in. Let's get into this story. I ended up meeting this girl at this bar. Don't ever do this. Don't ever go to the bar to meet no girl. You go to the bar to have a good time and you get messed up. That's what you go to the bar to do. All right, so listen, cause y'all distracting me. So let me look. Just listen. End up going to the bar. Just went there to go have a couple shots, you know. So I was just trying to. It was a long day at work. It's just one of them days. I wasn't even really going there to socialize for real. So I'm sitting up there at the bar socializing, and this one girl ended up sitting next to me. Now, because I didn't come up there to socialize, even though I was socializing, I wasn't paying this girl no attention. I only noticed her because she sat down, and I paid attention after she ended up getting some fries, because she ended up ordering some fries, and the fries looked good. And that's what made me look her way. And when I looked her way, she asked me, hey, how I was doing. So because, it's rude to look at people's fries and not, answering back, I said, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? That ended up sparking up a whole conversation. So we ended up getting, I wanted to talk about, because I'm not gonna lie, I was a little hungry. I wanted her to share some of her fries. Never got down to asking her could I have any of her fries, but I did eventually get her number. So we ended up agreeing to hook up, we was basically gonna meet up tomorrow. Like, we both ain't had nothing popping off. I told her it had to be a little later. I ain't really had nothing going on. I just kind of want to be lazy. Hey, this ain't a story for judgment. Judge me later. So anyway, we agreed to chill, talk a little more, but we set it for tomorrow. It looked like she was up there to see what looked like probably was an old friend or whatever. Again, I wasn't paying too much attention. I went back to socializing and doing, what I was already doing. So after a while, I ended up taking off. I told her good night, told the bartender good night, tipped the bartender. I went back to the crib. Fast forward to the next day. Now your boy chilling. He ain't had nothing going on. Watch my booty. Had me a little Captain Crunch. Y'all know what I'm saying? And I just ended up getting on the game for the most of the day. Now I did get a text message from her saying, hey, you still down to link up tonight? This was like around 6 o'clock. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. We didn't really set no time. She just said, okay, see you later. I'm like, all right, cool. So it's getting later and later and later and later and later. And I'm like, well, I guess we ain't doing nothing because it's going on like 12 o'clock, So I'm looking on YouTube to find me something to watch. And I get a text message from her like at 12:30. And she like, I'm on my way, be ready. And I'm like, mind you, again, we never talked about what we was gonna do. So when she like, be ready, I'm like, be ready for what? Cause I don't even know what I'm being ready for. Like, am I going to war? Like, what we doing, gang? She ain't say nothing about it. So I don't even know what I'm getting ready for. So I decided to just end up dressing casual. She ended up pulling up 20 minutes later. So it's closer to almost 1 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? And we ended up pulling off. And I'm like, so when she ended up pulling off or whatever, she get to driving in like just a random direction. So I'm like, hey buddy, what we doing, where we going? And she gonna say to the beach. So I let that register in the air for a second. And I gave it another second just to make sure I registered. So I was like, hey buddy, what we doing, where we going? And she said, we going to the beach. So I took a little bit of a longer pause that time just to make sure that I was hearing everything correctly. Cause it's raining outside. Not only is it raining, it is thundering. It's thundering and lightning. You could see it as she's driving cause she ended up getting on the freeway. So I get to thinking, we ain't going to no beach. I know 2 beaches this area and we ain't heading in neither one of those directions. Well, apparently it was a 3rd beach. I didn't know about it cause 20 minutes later, we pulling into the parking lot of a beach. Mind you, it's going on like almost 1:30 around this time. So I'm like, hey, what we doing here? Girl gets out the car without answering me and starts walking towards the beach. It's raining so hard, I'm debating like, dang, I can't even keep my phone on me. I'm gonna have to leave it in her car to keep it dry because I ain't trying to have this boy cooking. Look. So I end up leaving it in the car. I go to see where she went because I took a long time debating, I had to wear out my options and I lost her. So I went in the direction I think she went. I see her she is like already in the water. It's like she's not like all the way in. She's standing next to the water with her back up against what looked like what used to be a wall. It looked like it got destroyed by something. And I'm like, what is going on right now? It's like thunder and raining. Like, what is she doing? Like, where am I at right now? Like, I'm thinking this whole time we going to a party. She talking. I'm thinking she trolling. You know what I'm saying? So I get to calling her name, she get to ignoring me. I turn around, cause I'm like, screw this, I'm about to head back towards the car, but I don't know where the car at. Spent a nice good what seemed like 10 minutes getting soaked until I eventually found the car, and I sat in there till she came back. Now in my head, I'm like, I am never chilling with this girl again. You know what I'm saying? Cause why would I? This girl is clearly crazy. Something's wrong with her. And she like, and this is why you don't, you gotta be careful who you hang out with. And I didn't know this, but I know it now. So that's why I choose my peoples better. But you know, I was being stupid. Anyway, she eventually comes back to the car asking me did I have a good time. Man, I wanted to, all right. So she also asked me, hey, I'm hungry, you want to go get something to eat? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Because as stupid as everything that's going on, I'm not going to tell her no and then she just kills me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't even like that as an option. Like, no, she's not. So yeah, let's go get something to eat. She says, okay. I lost my, she lost one of her flip-flops in the sand. So she was like, they're not gonna let me in any restaurant I want to sit down and eat, so we're gonna have to go to Walmart to go get, you know, me another shoe or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So we get in there and like we pull up to this Walmart, and in my head I'm like, we're not going to get nothing to eat anyway, because mind you, it's going on like 2:00. Like, you know what I'm saying? Restaurants ain't been open this late, you know, everything been shutting down since, you know, all that COVID stuff went on. So I'm not even thinking nothing of it. She gets into a whole argument with the lady at the Walmart about her not having shoes, and she's complaining that she came in here to buy shoes, and the lady saying you can't come in here with shoes. And instead of me looking embarrassed just standing next to this lady who I said I was never gonna talk to again, I went outside to act like I had to take a phone call. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, make this even more stupid. After all this arguing that they doing, she comes out 10 minutes later and she said, I'm just gonna check my car. I think I have another pair of shoes in my trunk. So we never even needed to go to, you know, Walmart. You know what I'm saying? We never even need to come here. You didn't even get, why are we here? Was this your definition of chilling? Is this what you meant? She seemed so cool. You know what I'm saying? Before that, and I should have just, this is my fault. I should have just minded my own business when I was sitting up there at the bar. This is my fault. And you like, I'm kind of lost for words. But after this, I really didn't want to piss this crazy lady off because clearly she was insane. When I stepped outside, I called my boy and told him everything that went down just to make sure I'm not the one being crazy, because maybe I'm, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm the one tripping. Maybe I don't know what's going on. But no, he like, look, bro, just let me know when you get to the crib, because like this girl a little crazy. I was like, I already know. And I ain't trying to piss crazy out, so I'm just kind of going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? I like can't. So she checks in the car and she finds her flip-flops, and then she says what I had already know. She's like, well, it's too late for us to get something to eat. What do you want to do? Do you want to just go back to your house and watch movies? I said, yeah, let's go back. So when she going back, I said, hey, I text my boy Suhaib, the one I called. It's like, hey, call me in about 10 minutes for like a fake emergency. So the timing was just a little bit early right before we got to my house, but he called me. It didn't really matter. And I basically ended up playing it like, oh my God, all right. He basically said something went on. I need to basically get to his house because he needed to take somebody to the hospital. She didn't need to hear the whole story because I'm got the phone, you know, right up here to my face. It just needed to sound believable, which for the most part, I think we made it sound believable. I didn't want her putting no curse on me or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Gotta leave with good juju. So after this, this girl drops me off. I get rid of her number. I ended up getting her Snapchat or whatever. I deleted it on Snapchat. Never messaged this lady again. Moral of the story, don't go to the bar to meet girls. Go to the bar to have a drink. And I'm still alive to tell y'all this story today, so that demon didn't get me. You know what I'm saying? That make me want to know. So, you know, that's what's up. But yeah, that's the whole story. I'll let y'all tomorrow with another one. I'm about to get me a pizza. You know what I'm saying?